After all is said and done, you never walk, you never run, you're a winner. Got the moves, you know the street. Break the rules, take the heat, you know nobody's fool. So I'm away with work again, and my life in the last year or so has just been work, work, work. It's not had much time for having much fun doing much else. So I haven't really been doing any YouTube videos, but it's TFN season, isn't it? So everyone's starting to do the TFN videos, and I do like to get involved with the TFN videos. So I've decided to, while I'm away in Germany, do a little bit of vid on my laptop, seeing as the capabilities are on there to actually do stuff, so I might as well do something. Also, I brought a few Transformers away with me because that seems to be the in thing to do when you go away with work. TFN, for people who have never attended before, is not what you think. Bisto said in a video quite recently that he started going to the first TFN, and it was just him going to a couple of panels and going around the convention, buying some Transformers and then going home. And to be honest, the first time I went to TFN, I thought that was what it was all about, and it wasn't until I actually arrived there where I realised that it's not. It's something totally different. I think that the way that makes it special and why people really want to go every year is the uniqueness of a convention that is essentially a self-contained weekend for all nerds to just talk about nerdy stuff. Now, you can take what you want out of the convention. You can just go there for the plastic, and you can go there for the panels, and you don't have to interact with people. There are some people that go and they have no intention of interacting, but they are few and far between. For me, I've said it before that the reason I go to tfnation is it's a social event to be with my nerdy friends and to have a chat. And I've met over the years lots and lots of people that I consider to be friends that I can sit and I can chat for hours with. And my whole point of going is to meet more people and more people to actually get involved with and have fun with. And you've never laughed so hard than at a TFnation late on at night when you're all a bit tipsy, pissing about, playing silly card games and, and just having a good time. If you've never experienced that, it's something that you have to behold to understand it, to see exactly where I'm coming from. Now, the first one I ever went to, I arrived on the Saturday, and I didn't go for the Friday, which is because I thought, well, there's nothing open on the Friday. So I went on the Saturday, went around the stalls and had a bit of a chat with people, and then went out and had a few drinks at night. But I went with my family, and my wife and kids. The second time I went, I took the wife and kids again because they really like to go to the hotel and have a bit of a good time. But it tended to be that I didn't really see them because I went for the full weekend the second time, and I got drunk and had fun and had laughs. To the third time that I wanted to go to the convention, they weren't that bothered about going, so I ended up going with my friends that I'd met through tfnation, yeah, a fantastic weekend. We had a really good time. It's evolved as it's gone on for me personally. This year again is going to be totally different because I'm going with Luke and Monks, who's of Luke and Tees, who designed the tf&such logos and did the t-shirts for us. Also did the TF UK t-shirts and lots of other stuff. He lives very close to where I live, and then so through tfnation and through the Transformer fandom, I've ended up acquiring a good amount of local friends, genuine friends. So we don't just meet up at TFN, we meet up some nights and get drunk. a few weeks ago we went and got drunk in my local town, and then we go to Sheffield sometimes, and we all had a nerdy night at my friend Paul's house, and it's just really good fun talking crap with fellow nerds. And this year I'm going to help him run his t-shirt stall in the Forge. So if you see me there, come up and say hello. Just come up and say, hey, I watch your vids. Or if you know us from the Transformers and Such, or if you know us from TF UK, just come up and say hello. It's a really, really great experience, and I can't recommend it enough. I can't recommend enough that you go to the convention and embrace it for everything that it's worth. And I'm pretty sure that even if they didn't put as many panels on as they did, if they didn't sell as much plastic as they did, people would still go for the fact that it's their event, it's their Christmas, birthday, everything, all rolled into one. And they just want to go there and be with their nerdy friends and have great fun. And it's just a great thing to do. So, are there any things I want to buy at TF Nation this year? I think there is. There's a few. There's a few things that are still outstanding from my my collection that I really like. When eventually I do get around to moving my Transformers into my my new man cave, I'm not going to try and dress it up as anything else. It's a man cave. Yeah, I need a few choice items, but my collection and my collecting in general has changed massively from when I first started going out. I'm still a big car booter. I still like to find all the bargains on the car boot, and I find stuff all the time still. But I don't post as much on YouTube as I'd like to. I should do, really. I might get back into it. You know what it's like. It's a time-consuming process, and the only reason I'm doing it right now is because I've finished work and I've got a bit of time before I go out for a few So yeah, there is a few bits and bobs I'd like to get, but my collection is pretty good now. I mean, there's things that I've acquired quite recently that I've not done any videos on, which are like outstandingly good, like a MP Starscreen and MP Soundwave and all those kind of benchmark fabulous toys. Stuff that's coming out. I'm not a big 3P fan, apart from I do like Hot Soldiers stuff, Mech Planet, because I like that kind of scale. But I'm not going to be buying any Masterpiece Bumblebees or Masterpiece Optimus Primes or anything like that. I'm not that bothered about the like BotCon kind of stuff, or I tend to just buy a few cheap bits and bobs. So that's what I'll end up doing at the TFN. I'll just buy a few cheap bits that I can come across without going over the top. I'm not going for the executive treatment like I did last year and the year before. So I'm going to have to work out, well we're going to have to buy his own food and provide his own beer this year, which ends up being an expensive lot if you're in the bar, because the bar prices are expensive, but it's to be understood. And I see why they can do it, and it's not one of those kind of conventions that where else could they do it, and I genuinely believe that there's nowhere else that they can do the TF convention down to its size, the people that are going, and the style that it is. There is going to be a salsa competition on again. Now, the salsa competition last year was the most bizarre thing you've ever seen in your life, because you had some ridiculously attractive women all in these tiny little skimpy salsa outfits, and then a load of man babies with beer bellies and ill-fitting t-shirts, all just stood there going, okay. I can guarantee that there wasn't a single salsa dancer or transformer there that copped off with each other. Pretty much certain that's a done thing. But it is a really, really cool place to go to, and it's a really unique set of people and circumstances that I don't think you could do it anywhere else in the world. I don't think that America could do a TFN, or you could do it anywhere else in Europe, or it's very unique to the style of people. It's driven by the online communities, the Facebook groups, and the majority of the people that actually go to these kind of things. So people know each other roughly before they turn up, and then when they're there, you just kind of, for people that have never been before, they'll actually, I mean, honestly, I swear, don't feel scared of coming up and just introducing yourself. That's how I did it. That's how every single other person I know that goes did it. It's about just coming up and saying hello and just putting yourself out there. I've not met a single person that hasn't introduced themselves that felt shunned, that felt like that they had to go. It's a nice family community kind of feel about it, and don't worry about your hang-ups. A lot of people worry that they aren't socially approachable, or they have very bad skills in that kind of set. If you know what I'm trying to get at. But I assure you, you're not alone, and there's loads of people that are in the fandom that are willing to just put themselves out there a bit, just willing to accept you into the fold, and we'll have a good time. We'll have some beers, and we'll all get drunk and play Cards Against Humanity and Exploding Kittens and all that kind of crap. And it's just good stuff. Seriously, you'll have a great time. Panels and guests. I'm not really looked at the panels. I'm not a massive panels kind of person. I probably will near the time. Guests wise, it's a bit of a shame that we couldn't get another music guest this year, but you never know. Next year, it coincides with somebody coming to the UK. You never know. We might get a little bit of another little concert that could be a good one. But in regards to how good last year was with the Stan Bush gig, and how everybody just went mad for 2 songs that he played over and over again. It was really bizarre and really cool at the same time, and it felt brilliant to be there with everybody enjoying themselves, because some people had never been to a concert before, and you could see how much they were loving Stan Bush playing the touch, and it was fantastic. So this year, it's a bit of a shame that there's not a music thing to bring everyone together, but we have to make his own entertainment, and there is going to be there is something going off, isn't there? After Club Con, I can't remember what it is. Something is supposed to be happening, but I digress. Yes, if you're there, come up and say hello. Come up and just introduce yourself. And if I've met you before, come up and say hello again. We're all there to just have a good time. We're all there to have a bit of fun and just enjoy the plastic, enjoy the nerdism. It's not just about Transformers, it's about everything nerdy. It's great. So I may do another video, because I promised that I'd do one with Paul and Darren and Lucan and all the local nerdy folk that I hang around with now. So I'll see you all later, hopefully.